Lady D Denise Gomez, and I have exciting interview segments and features inside the zone. For recording artists, you can sing. Well, Inside the Zone, second Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. is for you. Writers, share your story, no man, in From the Author Zone on third Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Male Zone has unbelievably juicy stories of love, heartbreak, and triumph. 7 p.m. has never been this good. On Mondays, it's news, talk, engaging features at 7 in the Monday Drive. And Center Stage has everyone talking on Thursdays. Be a part of the show. Email me insidethezone@gmail.com or call me 914-304-2592. For 2 days, the 5 o'clock hour is hot on Fit FM 96.7, www.fitfmja.com. Your life, your music with Lady D Denise Gomez inside the zone. Catch me on Monday at 5 p.m. for the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. And on Friday, yes, at 5 p.m. for Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. From abroad to yard, Trelawney. Some mothers love their sons so much that it becomes an obsession, especially when their son meets the love of their life and marries her. And that's not all. She refuses to let go of him and makes life difficult for her daughter-in-law. The flip side to this complicated situation is the mother who adores her son-in-law to a fault and prevents her daughter from carrying out her duties as wife. The stories are endless of the meddlesome mother-in-law. As Satideh morning runnings, come, make we talk. It promises to be a very interesting morning.
Lord,
I tell you, it promises to be an interesting morning. Morning. Welcome
Good
to
morning.
Saturday morning runnings, everybody. Man, the week has flown.
Yeah,
And here we are again. We feel as though we were just here just a few days ago.
Yesterday.
But it was last week, Saturday, that we were right here, and here we are again. How no good do ladies? What to know go on with over here?
I feel like an elephant is off of my shoulders.
Oh
Lord. Had the roughest week with exams. Rub your shoulder. I'm rubbing your shoulder. The last one I did, I was shoulder.
Yes.
Rub my shoulder. The last one I did, the last exam I did, I was like, okay. I'm not sure about this one because we didn't even have time to study for it because it was right behind another one. So I'm saying they're kind of setting us up to fail, but I think I pulled it through.
Okay, Lord.
You'll do it, darling. You'll do it. Are you near Jackie Brain's box, you know?
Yeah, hi. Hello.
The poor brain is a box, right? You know? So box.
Hey.
The Lord will see you through, trust me. You'll do it.
Not to worry, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Can you imagine when you're walking up to receive your dear Lord.
Your honors.
Yeah, hey.
Max, I don't know if it's just me, but you're frozen in place. I'm hearing you, but
Yeah,
you're.
my internet is acting up.
Oh.
It's been acting
Okay.
up since last time. I don't know what's up. I don't know if it's a winter.
Oh, it get cold. It need a sweater. Okay.
It's very cold. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one jacket for it.
I'm gonna buy a jacket. I knit a
Oh,
scarf.
you know
I
so.
said, come give it.
Hi, I tell you.
Since last night, it's been acting up. And it was
Oh,
very cold last night, so I believe it
Yeah.
oh,
needs a sweater
really?
for real.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, you know what? We are here this morning. Everybody looking good. You know, we're coming on TV, so we put our best
I tell you, I see you
appearance
this
Yes.
week
forward.
in your pretty suit. You went to
Oh,
that looks so beautiful. Love the
Yes,
colors.
it was nice.
Pastor
Yes.
Glad's
yeah,
birthday.
yeah, Pastor Glad. That
Happy
was
birthday to Pastor Glad.
last week Saturday, so we
That was
went up
beautiful.
to Bloomfield in
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Connecticut.
But that was nice.
Connecticut.
We went up to Connecticut. It was really nice, and so you know we were there hobnobbing, and
Dress
Nice.
up for, yeah.
it
It was a
was.
nice outfit. When it
Oh,
can't fit you, can give me.
and you know that was my second wear. I've
She just hear you. She just hear what you say, Max.
I'm on the delayed mode. Oh, God.
okay. Yeah, but we're good. We're good. Here we are again, happy as can be. Welcome to Vera. How you do, Vera? Good morning. Good morning. Those of you who are coming in, we invite you to join the chat room. We can see numbers, but if you're not saying good morning, we won't be able to conversate, as they would say. We won't be able to have a conversation. So please come into the room. And as you're coming, at least 5 people, share it with them. We know you know a lot of people. Or Jamaican families, your immediate families, not 2 of you,
Mhm.
right?
Exactly.
Even if your parents had 2 of you, you have since multiplied.
Right.
So we invite you to share the link with someone and let them know this is the place to be on a Saturday morning.
In the morning. Yes.
Yes, so
We do the
please
running.
share. Jump onto your phones as we're on together, ladies. Jackie, I can see you, and you can
Yes.
just share it with people in your contacts and so on. So I'd like to say good morning to Vero and to Eval. Morning, morning. It's a pleasure. We're here to talk about the meddlesome mother-in-law. She in the middle of things.
Everything.
Persons can attest to their mother-in-law that she's wonderful. She's there for them. She's encouraging. She is just all that and a bag of chips and more. Others can say not so much. Um, and so, you know, we just want to touch everything because that's what we do here in a respectful manner, you know, but we touch a little of everything, including ourselves. Welcome. I'd also like to say good morning to Charlesy. Good morning, my beautiful friends and Saturday morning family. Good to be here again. Good morning. And Charlesy, you know a whole lot of people. Here comes Hermin. Morning, Cammy. Sharon, my Cammy. Good morning. Good morning to you. Hermin, what's going on? A blessed
Good
morning.
morning.
So Hermin can talk up the thing. She's mother-in-law.
Good
So
afternoon.
somebody have some stories to tell.
Right.
Yes.
So we invite you to just, you know, share, and let everybody know that, hey, let's start talking. Or as we would say, make we
Talk the
start
truth.
talk up the things them, talk up the things them.
Talk the truth.
Yes. Good morning. So I pray. Sharon's will be here in a few. Jen will not be joining us, but we're looking forward. I don't know what's going on. One of you keep talking as I try to sort out.
Drink some water.
I personally don't have any mother-in-law. stories like that, issues like that. The what I can attest to is that you have meddling mother-in-laws who meddle in marriages, relationships, or whatever, but you also have the ones who meddle for the right reason. They advocate for you.
True.
So
Yeah.
I've had that experience. That's the experience I have. The ones who advocate for you, you know? So not everybody is gonna have one of those sad stories or bad experiences
That's
with
right.
with the
True.
mother-in-law. So we don't want people to think that it's only the
It's
ones with the
always
hammer,
on a negative.
the ones
Right.
who's going to step
Yeah.
in your house and come make the breakfast for your husband and tell your husband, say he must get up out of the bed now or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you
They really
do
go that.
have
Oh,
They
Lord.
really go that far, ain't it?
you do have those types. Yes.
Yeah.
Them come when they
Well,
come
I have
make
to say, sorry. Well, personally, my mother-in-law, she passed away. She was the beautiful woman. She
Wow.
was the best. Let me tell you something. The week when Nolly and I got married, we got married in Kingston. And we went down to, we were going to go on the North Coast, but we went down to Mandeville first, just to see them to pick up stuff. And we were up in bed. And my mother-in-law got out of her bed. And she got pick orange with stick outside, wash them, juice them. Juice that she made 2 glasses, knocked on our door and came in our room with 2 glasses of orange juice.
Oh,
I had a very,
Hey.
I had a spoiled mother-in-law. She spoiled us. She spoiled everybody. But let me tell you, her and I had tight relationship. Every Friday evening, I would go up to the shop because Norman they had a shop. And we lived in a different place, different house. I would take taxi and go up to the house, up to the shop every Friday evening. And her and I would lay on the couch in the living room and watch TV together. The same couch we lay down together, watch TV together, and we both would chat Norman and chat her husband. That's how tight we were.
Oh, dear.
Seriously speaking. I mean, once I chat, there was nothing detrimental, but
yeah.
But we share information about each other's husband. She had the best and the prettiest pair of shoes, and she wanted to give it to me. I said, "No, mom, keep it." Because her daughter gave her a pair of shoes, and she think it too high, but it was a beautiful pair of red shoes, my favorite color at that. And I said, no. She would just want to give me things all the time. We had a great relationship. We never buck head at no time. I can recall. She shared with me, I shared with her, and we just lived good. We were very, very close. So
nice.
Yes, so I've never had any bad experience with any mother-in-law. I was just the only mother-in-law me ever have, I know anyway. So
right.
we really had a good relationship.
Yes.
But I know of cases too. But I know of cases in my family where the mother-in-law was like the photograph, the video that Lady D showed right there with the wiping off the mouth of the son-in-law and all of that, where she didn't actually wipe the mouth, but she was always into the middle of the wife and the husband. So she would go there and cook and clean and wash, and she pet him and spoil him and all over him. Same way, make sure his food was okay. But I think that also happened because of who he was and the fact that the daughter was not so savvy in terms of a homemaker. Right. She was not good in the kitchen or housekeeping and all of that. So I think that's one of the reasons why she was so involved. But even so, I think in situations like those, you should still give your daughter a chance to learn.
Yes.
Or to do.
Yes.
You can't take over the whole shebang and want to cook, wash, clean, and do everything just to make things look good on her part. She needs to learn.
Or your teacher.
In the midst.
Guide her. Yes. You don't go over there.
In this case, it was a case. It was a case where she would be in bed and the mother would be there fixing the breakfast for the husband because the husband was a bank manager. So she thought he was the best, it was prestige. So let me do this to make sure this happened right. And all the family members knew about it and spoke about it. But me not like with girls, so I never really paid too much attention. But I knew it happened and was happening.
Yeah. But one of the stories I heard recently, Lady D, very recent too, is of the mother-in-law who used to do that. And she would come and she would she would be all up in the house, and she would do, because the daughter apparently, she wasn't She was very domestic.
Savage.
Domesticated.
Right.
Mhm.
And guess what happened? Eventually, the man, they were the mother.
What?
Really?
Yes, that was a story I heard very recent.
Oh,
Very
Lord.
recent. I
Wow.
was like in shock when I heard.
Oh,
But
dear.
Wow.
the man
Oh,
extended his
we can't get over.
love to the mother.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
That's a little too close for comfort for me. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's
Too close.
their experience. And the mother did look good because she had her children early,
Yeah,
so she
early.
carried
She
herself
look
well.
young. Yeah.
But the thing is, she seemed like she said, "All right, if you don't know what to do with him, I'll teach. I'll show you what to do with him, or something like that."
Oh,
Mhm.
You know.
so
But
then,
that's how it ended up.
so what is the backstory here? Because when you're dating and so on, sometimes you invite somebody over to dinner. Either you cook in their presence, you cook before they come. They hear, so you do chores. You know, all those basic things. Is sometimes you wonder, again, pay attention. Again, you wonder if there wasn't that much interaction. They did a lot of outdoor dining. They were out a lot, but not around each other
Mhm.
in that domesticated sense. So you can see how she preparing
Right.
X, Y, Z, or she was just
Mm.
a trophy looking girl, and so I'm cool with that.
Right. And also you have to take into consideration if the mother herself is coming in at this point to offer her services as to cook and clean or whatever, then why didn't she take that time to teach the daughter before it got to this point where she's now married or she's in a relationship with
Right.
someone?
Right.
Of course, don't get us wrong. It's not all about somebody being able to clean and cook and being
Not
domestic.
at all.
That's not, what
Right.
we're not at all. But most times that's the issue.
Right. But one needs to be rounded,
Mother
if you're gonna
meddles
take
because of
on
that or
marriage.
finances.
Yeah.
So can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
man,
I
we're
thought
hearing
I
you.
cut off
Yes,
a
we're
little bit.
hearing you.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
but the mother should have taken that time, I think, before the daughter get into dating to teach her basic things. How to prepare a meal, how to make your bed, how to keep your place clean,
Right.
Stuff like that. Because when you have a family, you get a husband, then there's going to be a family. You're gonna have to prepare yourself for
Yeah.
that kind of
For
task.
that. Agreed. Yeah. Welcome to everyone. If you're just joining us, welcome to Satideh morning runnings. And this morning we're talking about the meddlesome mother-in-law. Now, yes, that was kind of our target, but we know that on the flip side, if you're a good mother-in-law, then kudos to you. Right?
Right.
Right.
Good mother-in-law, we good. But before I read something here, let me just say morning to Hermin. Morning to
Hi,
Felix.
Herman.
Good
Good
morning, Lady D
morning.
and crew. To God, I give the glory for blessing us with another
Yes.
day to hang out together. Sure. Looking forward to enjoy what's in the soup
The
pot this
super is
morning. It is brewing here now, Felix. What say you?
yes.
Morning to Drea. Guess who is in the house? Princess.
Oh,
Hothead.
oh,
Princess. Oh, Lord. Princess, I'm going to see you from when I know you've
oh
been
my.
busy.
Good morning.
Morning,
Put me on a
Lady D,
weekend
and your
parole.
team.
Yes. Hi, Princess.
Oh, she says, them put me on weekend parole. She said, I miss this me time so badly. Oh, Lord. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome
My
back.
princess. So good to see you.
Welcome back to me
understand.
time.
Right. All right. So Hermin says, me have 2 sons-in-law and me can't
Welcome back to
complain.
me time. Exactly.
Yes. So Hermin says, me have 2 sons-in-law and me can't complain. For me stay in a me lane. Them spoil me rotten. Kevin no one fly pitch pa me too hard. Dan
I.
would I like me come live with them, but me cool when me there right now.
Oh.
Oh, so
Very
now
good. Awesome, Ermin.
you can
Awesome.
talk about your
That's nice.
sons-in-law.
Not many people can say stuff like that. One
No,
thing my
no.
mother
Right,
always said, my
true.
mother have seven boys. I have seven brothers. My mother has seven boys. And she always says she don't want to live with our children because she don't want to get involved in their lives because it's their lives and
Right.
whatever. So you see sometimes when she's here, it's like she can't wait to go back home
Yes.
because
So
she just wants
guess
to have
who?
her space.
Guess who?
Somebody has
Oh,
appeared.
Guess who has
Miss Ray.
arrived?
Queen
Guess who has
Ashima.
arrived?
Good
How are you,
morning.
fabulous
The
sir?
conscious
Good
one.
Morning.
morning.
Morning,
Yeah, how?
fabulous.
Conscious one, pretty up.
Too much
Hey,
irons in the fire.
Yes.
I
we get
tell
Oh,
we
you.
understand.
Too many irons in the fire, but here I am.
Yes.
so it goes
Welcome,
sometimes.
sis.
Yeah.
Any mother-in-law issues? Any mother-in-law stories?
Oh, when I thought of the topic, I said, Lord, I have a son and I have a son-in-law, so
What?
all that is falling spirit.
We understand.
I am
Yes,
coming from all
Oh, Lord.
angles.
yes, yes. But
Mhm.
as we're talking, so welcome, Sharons. You're good.
Yeah, man, me good, me good,
Okay. I said
Good.
so.
me
And
good.
Good. Nice
Yeah.
to see you. Nice to
Sharon's
see you, sis.
looking hot. So
Locks,
Yes,
Drea, take
I
time
like
with
you
me now.
do. Yeah,
It's
you
a
do look
fall
good.
makeover.
Oops.
Oh, Lord.
May I try keep up.
yes, you're keeping up well.
Yeah,
All
keep up with
right.
the kids.
You can't make fall.
Not
You
true.
can't make fall you down. Oh,
Of
Not
course
at
not.
all.
okay.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No.
See there. So Sharon's, as you know, we are talking about we thing here,
So,
and you know,
Right.
Max had shared something about another couple that she knew and so on. So it has triggered our conversation, even so kudos
Yes.
to you, Max. You kick off. Uh, but you
Thank
know,
you.
something we also, as Sharon says, she has a son and she also has a son-in-law. So there are mothers who they love their sons so much that even when they come home
Mm-hmm.
and say, well, boy, mommy, mama, mom, ma, I know a family who used to call their mother mama, but that aside.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
We
mama.
call her grandmother
Mama, yes,
Muma.
we
Lord.
know people like
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
But
Yes.
but
Yeah.
they love their sons so much over the years being parent. They were so involved in guiding
Mm-hmm.
their son and all of that. Sometimes even their father, especially if they were in the same family unit, wouldn't even get
Mm-hmm.
a word in.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Mm-hmm.
the father attempted to discipline, guide, share that male perspective, the mother
Mm-hmm.
would
Mm-hmm.
still be there,
Mm-hmm.
intruding,
Meddling.
being intrusive,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yet a meddle, and not
Right.
allow
Mm-hmm.
the father to share his experiences, to walk him in the role, the masculine role that he needs to embrace, so that when
Mm-hmm.
now
Right.
in preps a girl, you know, he would then know
Yeah.
the right approach, what to do, what to look for now in a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they don't get that. So they meet a girl and him come home and say, boy, mama, me like Mary, And she becomes very critical.
Mm-hmm.
There is
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
absolutely nothing him say about the young woman that pleases
Mm-hmm.
her.
Good enough.
And even if she meet her, there is an attitude because she
Mm-hmm.
feels threatened. When a,
Right.
when
Yeah.
a, when a person is threatened, they will lash out. They may not do it
Mm-hmm.
verbally, but they'll do it
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
the manner in which they approach
Right.
you, speak to you, when
Silently.
you're in your
Mm-hmm.
presence, kind of thing. So you have that scenario. Some women will tell you that them not PR no mind, but you have to PR mine
You have to.
Absolutely.
You
because
have
down
to.
the road, if she do stress
Yeah.
out and say you're a big man, me can't stop you from marrying, but she's still going to be there. And if the
Yeah.
relationship,
Right.
I believe
Uh-huh.
if the relationship, if there is no clear boundary set, that listen, you might not like me, ma'am, but it's me and your son, me love your son, blah blah, you
Mm-hmm.
lay those things out. I
Mm-hmm.
believe if you not do that and say you're just not peer no mind, it's not going to be helpful, healthy,
No.
because you are
Uh-uh.
now that you are in the same space as husband and wife, she might
Uh-huh.
just show up at the door, she not call, say, oh, can't, those kinds of
Yeah.
autonomous kind of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I'm his son, so me can
Yeah.
come anytime I want. So you
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
have
Anytime,
those
I
that
exactly.
uh-huh.
very, very,
Yeah.
very contentious.
I know
Right.
of a I know of a couple that the mother, the mother, well, the husband's mother, she she had intruded in their lives in such a way that she had a key to their place and she would just go whenever she felt like it. And not just go, I'm talking about she would go when they're not there. She's not visiting when they're there. She would go when they're not there. And she would go through the laundry. She would cook. She
What?
would decorate. As a matter of fact, when they purchased their place,
Mhm.
she just bulldozed down there. At the time, the girl was the fiance. She didn't give any thought to the fact that, well, they're building their lives together, they're gonna get married. She will want to decorate the place in accordance to her taste. She just went ahead, did drapes,
Aye.
did paint, select furniture, did everything. And the guy was so browbeaten because these kind of guys are usually browbeaten, because
Mhm.
the mothers over the years grooming them, growing them and stuff, they have them under their wing in such a way that they tend to lean on them for everything.
Everything.
So
Yeah.
although
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
now knew that his wife to be was supposed
Mm-hmm.
to do these things, or at least they should both together do these things,
Two together.
he was
Decide.
so,
Yes.
yeah, he was so used to her having her way and him just say yes mom, that it was a thing between the daughter-in-law and and his mother,
Mm.
because she
Right.
took over and she would not be denied. She wouldn't come in as if, well, she's trying to, like, assist or lend a helping hand, or anything to that degree. She just came to take over completely.
Mm.
Uh-uh.
And
Yeah,
needless
manage
to
that.
say, their lives were not
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
Not good at all. She
Mm-mm-mm.
found fault with everything, from how she
No,
cooked,
but
or she
it
couldn't
can't
cook.
be.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, because and it's not like she came in and tried to say, look, this is my recipe. Let me teach you this recipe and
Right.
took her under her wing. Because I
Mhm.
often said to her, don't look at it as if she has taken away your son, because that's how she approached it. You
Mhm.
take away my son. I
Oh
said, you
Lord.
have gained a daughter. Because
Mhm.
she had no daughters.
Mm-hmm.
She had more than one son, but she had no daughters. And I would say, look at it as if you have gained a daughter, not look at it as if she has taken away your son.
Right.
So
Uh-huh.
sometimes mothers don't know when to let go, and they just wreck
Right.
and ruin, their sons' lives.
Mhm. Mhm. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and so, for married couples, it is so necessary to share, some of the challenges that you have, to
Mm-hmm.
young men and young women, to guide them. You can't always tell them about the good side of the relationship.
No,
You have to
not at
share,
all.
because when we walk around with the notion that, oh, and so, when I get married, it's just going to be an awesome time. My husband and I will be, and whatever. You need to share that sometimes
Listen, they
Well,
have a
they make it
saying that
sound pretty.
reality bites.
They make it
There
sound
is a
pretty.
saying,
Yeah.
reality bites.
reality bites.
Reality
Right.
Yes,
bites.
it does.
Yes, man, and
Mm-hmm.
bite
And
hard.
sometimes very hard.
Oh
Mm,
yeah. Oh
Bite
Yes.
yeah.
hard.
right.
Yeah, very much so.
Uh-huh.
So
And
yeah, but you know, I
But
find that
sometimes these
mothers
are
go overboard sometimes. What's that, Jackie?
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I find that sometimes mothers go overboard when, especially if they long for a son and then the son finally show up, it's
mm-hmm.
like a trophy
Mm-hmm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
don't prepare them accurately for life's challenges because they know they take them like for little princes and kings and so on and so forth without actually
Right.
teaching them life's lessons. And when they come upon the difficult situations, then they find
They
out that
can
they, you
handle
know,
it.
they were not accurately prepared.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a challenge.
So
Uh-huh.
then, so here we are talking about the mother-in-law, and then you have the children themselves, right? The son, the daughter,
Hmm.
because
Right.
you have parents who will tell you that they don't mind their adult children living with them so they can stay, save money, and all of that. While they're still
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
while they're still in the home, their needs are still being met. Invariably, are they maybe helping to do anything? They're not saying, all right, so maybe you can give something towards mortgage or something towards food, what have you. So they may be saving the money, but they are not at the same time learning any kind of responsibility, owning any kind of
Mm-hmm.
responsibility. So when they go out on their own and into married life, they are better prepared. So
Hmm.
if the mother now still coming over, they really don't have the voice to say, Mama, stop come. Me no live home no more. They still feel obligated. There's that sense of obligation to say, hey, we can't really say nothing to her because the whole time, remember when we did leave home, she did used to me, did they? And so on. And so the wife now don't even know how to navigate that.
Hmm.
And they feel as though
Yeah.
me battling something here. Andrea says,
Yes, sometimes you have some that are great at doing guilt trips, you know.
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
The guilt trips are really a big part of that. Like you said, they probably, went overboard for them, did stuff for them, and
Right.
they throw it at them. So when it's time to navigate life for themselves, they have to constantly look back because they're in the back. Say, you remember I did this, but you remember that so and so, remember so and so,
mm-hmm.
and so they can't move forward successfully because mama is hanging on.
Yes. So here is a
Right.
typical
Hmm.
example that
Right.
Tony is sharing. Ladies, my
God have
girlfriend married a
mercy.
man who was an only child, a real mama's boy. His mother went on the honeymoon with them. The marriage lasted
Ooh,
8 months. Who does
Lord
that?
have mercy.
What?
What is that
that's
now?
to
Are
the
you kidding me?
extreme.
Went
Mm-mm.
on
That's
a
to the
honeymoon for what?
extreme.
Me not laugh,
Oh
y'all.
Lord.
I'm not
Oh
laughing.
no. Oh no, no, no,
That's
no.
to the that
Which means
That's
then,
that's
that's that's
horrible.
extreme.
Me not
and
laugh.
again, that's what I'm talking about. When they are so close, they don't know how to say no to the mother.
There's nothing
So,
wrong with being.
That's what I'm
maybe
saying because that's yeah.
this is a typical example. She decided that she's going to be there, and he couldn't put his foot down and say no. So him said,
Hmm.
So,
I'm
but
sure
why
he
would you
said
want to go
to
on a
her,
honeymoon with some with? Why would you want to go on a honeymoon with your son
Then
and your
who
and your
grown people?
daughter-in-law? That's
"Oh
crazy.
Lord,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
two
you
grown
see
people.
that's
Exactly.
all a
But the
part of
thing,
not knowing
it's
when
not
to let
just.
go.
But the
That's
thing
that's a
is,
part of not knowing when to let
yes,
go.
let go. And the thing is, the son himself should have been strong enough to say that, draw the line
No.
here. This is it. This is where it
Yes.
ends. But he,
No,
obviously,
no.
he's
When you raise
powerless.
them, when you
He's
see, when you
powerless.
raise them to be a mama's boy, they ain't put their foot down. No foot not putting down. But you see, that should be a red flag for anybody who hook up with a mama's boy.
Mm-hmm.
You should know that
Yeah.
this is a mama's boy, and if you ignore it, or you feel like say afterwards you can cure him from that, it's not gonna
No, not
happen.
gonna work. It's not.
It's not going to
Yeah.
happen. Sometimes I cringe, when I see mothers. I've known women who have had possibly a hard time conceiving, and then they finally conceive, and it's the
See,
one
yeah.
little boy, or they have girls, but they really wanted a boy, and here
Boy.
comes the boy. But they cuddle them
Mm-hmm.
to such an
Yes.
extent that even when they are grown men,
Yes.
they
Yes.
still they have so formulated their minds to rely on them 100. And sometimes these men, even in cases where they should, like Jackie was saying, put their foot down, they can't put their foot down. They were never
Can't.
groomed to do
Hmm.
that,
To
and
do
they
that.
don't want
Yeah.
Yeah.
conflict. Cause no,
Mm-hmm.
they're between a rock and a hard place. They don't want
I
the
was gonna
conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I was
And a
gonna
lot of
say
time,
let's
Hold
define
on, Matt.
mama's boy, but you just did turn it. You just did, very clearly. I was gonna say let us define what a mama's boy is, and you just did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Mhm.
Go ahead, Max.
Now I was going to say that a lot of times it's not that they don't want to put their foot down too, because deep in their minds they know that their mother is doing something wrong, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't want to hurt. They're
Mm-hmm.
afraid
Yeah.
of, hurting her feelings, so they just go
Yes.
along.
Yeah.
Like in
And
that case,
they're therein.
where would you be going on a honeymoon with your son? What you going there to do? Corn strokes?
Mm-hmm.
That is so wrong.
As we would say, she probably going to hold the
No,
light.
I don't like.
She
Yes.
going to be there
No,
holding
let's
the
be
light.
realistic.
Mm-hmm.
That is so wrong. That is so wrong. How can you enjoy a
Or
honeymoon
I'll
like that with
change
your
the
mother-in-law
sheet.
in
Yeah.
the next room?
Or I'll
Because
change the
and then
sheets.
so
Come
so
on.
here you have, boy, it is really something to discuss because people have lived and are living through these kinds of situations.
Yes,
Right as we speak, right
Right
at
as
this
we
yes.
speak,
moment.
As
there's
we
Yeah.
speak, yeah.
somebody is,
Yes. Yeah.
frustrated. And um when we talk about wanting to be independent, it doesn't mean that the person who you're going to bring into your life is just going to suddenly change things for you because you're first an individual. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
if you meet somebody and you realize that this is a chronic situation, it's either you say, boy, me not think me can do this,
Yeah.
and be
Mm-hmm.
be truthful. I don't think I can do this
Mm-hmm.
because it is not going to change.
No, that's
Mm-hmm.
It,
what I
it,
say.
it's just
That's
like
a
how
red
you have
flag.
women who marry men and they had some bad faults or so, and you think you could have helped them. Sometimes, if you don't see the clear indication that there is willingness to make
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
the change, make the adjustment, then you don't
Mm-hmm.
bother. But if it just dead, here you are, it's a life changing experience that you are going
Yeah.
to live. So if people are just so hung up about wanting to be married and
Mm-hmm.
placing a blind eye on something that is going to trail you,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
here it only lasted for 4 months. The example that Tony
Mm-hmm.
shared.
Yeah,
That
but
Yeah.
would
but you
last
know,
because
all
that
this
would not last.
happened. What has happened? What happened in
I know the internet keep.
also know is that the mom felt like since her son was, she sent him to college, he had a good job, or he has a good job. She wanted him to then, and then she became single. She was no longer with the dad. I'm not sure, but on this with this particular son, she insinuated herself in his life in such a way that she was just doing everything, you know, if he was to spend money with the wife, she had a problem with that. She wanted half. If they had a venture they was going to go into, she wanted to be a part of it. She went so far as to take out a line of credit in his name, unbeknownst to him and the wife. You know what I
But
mean? So
still,
sometimes mothers
Yes.
prepare their children. However, they feel like, know that this child is successful. My son is successful. He's a whatever profession he has. I
Mm-hmm.
should now reap the benefits. So instead of allowing the kid to look back and say, my mother, is a good mother to me. She did this and that. Let me therefore take care of her in this way, or let me give her
mhm,
whatever. She's now putting herself in
Mm-hmm.
there, in his life in such a way that he can't move this way or that way without her interference or without her being there,
right.
because she, in her mind, she has made him
Mm-hmm.
what he
Right.
is.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
It
Mm-hmm.
might seem like a tough topic or something that it might have a joke here and there, but it's serious. It's a serious issue, and you
it
never
is.
know who
Yes,
we're helping this morning by just talking
Mm-hmm.
about this
Talking
topic. You
about
never
it.
know
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
whose
absolutely.
life
Yes,
we
yeah.
are
Jackie,
touching.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
True,
So let's
true.
hop on over to our comment section. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Don't forget, those of you who have come into our space and you're enjoying the conversation, share the link with at least 5 people and ask them to subscribe to the channel. Please, we ask that of you. It's Saturday morning runnings. So Princess says, how could that son be such a mama's boy to that extreme? Well, I would stay home and tell him go with her alone on the
Oh
honeymoon,
yeah.
that is. Good morning, Margaret. So Margaret says, wow, this is too real. My husband just stand up to his mom and said, the Bible said, I must leave my mom and
God
father
bless him.
and cling to my
Thank the
wife.
Lord.
He said, I love you, but on a different level. So she don't talk to both of us. But we
Good.
are for
She
she
will
will
come
come
around.
around
If
because
she have any
Mhm.
God in her heart, she would
no
then come
one
around and
will
speak
make
to you.
no one will make me unhappy at all. Thank you, ladies, for this topic. You're welcome.
Oh,
Wow.
So
Hey Margaret.
Interesting.
Yeah.
see
Herman
there?
says 4 legs in 2 bed,
For
Hey
in bed, two
Herman.
heads
two
on
heads
pillow.
on pillow, no space, no
No
destiny,
space,
no
no legitimate.
mother-in-law. Meddlesome or not.
Meddlesome Mother-in-law. Go there,
Yeah,
Irving. I am bewildered.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Amen.
Amen.
That's a real problem, and it's very hard on the son that's caught in the middle, because he's caught between two
The
women that
devil
he
and the deep
loves
blue
very
sea.
much. It would be
Right.
like another situation would be like the son wanting to move in the mother with them,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
and that's usually a sore point too, because it's hard to navigate. Because
Yes.
I've known a couple where the son, I mean, the mother was not like very elderly or very sick and can't
Mm-hmm.
manage, and you say, okay,
Help
let mama
himself.
come live out her last days with us,
Mm-hmm.
and so on. It was
Mm-hmm.
not like that. She was sprightly, she was fine, but
Mm-hmm.
she just wanted to be where they were the whole, just constantly.
She
Mm-hmm.
lonely.
And
It
this,
could have
Right.
happened her husband dead and gone or something.
yes,
But
yes, but at
still.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So she wanted, yeah, and then the guy was really rooting for her, and the wife had to say no. And of course, there was a lot of back and forth until he came to his senses, when the wife said, "Okay, it's either her or me. So let me
Right.
pack
Mm-hmm.
up and go on,
Right.
and you and she stay." And that's when he really came to his senses. When she was almost, I think she had left for a little while, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
And then he
Right.
really came
Mm-hmm.
to grips and say, no, because that is life right there.
But here the thing.
Right.
Here the thing now. Sometimes when we meet people, we date in secret. We do
Sure.
everything in secret. We don't tell,
Yeah.
we don't talk to anybody. You don't talk to your parents if your parents are alive. You don't talk to anyone in your family, someone who could bring some kind of objectivity to the situation. You don't do that.
Absolutely.
You're trying to manage this thing on your
All
By
own.
by
yourself.
yourself.
And it
Mm-hmm.
is not going to work. You're so involved in it. And you
Mm-hmm.
are grappling every single day about it. What to yourself? What am I going to do? You have
Yeah.
to share with people, because if nobody knows and you enter it and you marry, and after the fact, you start now to say, oh, they say, so Denise, how it a go over there? Uh, Um, and they hear you pause, because
Mm-hmm.
most married newlywed couples can't wait for share and talk. So if you
Mm-hmm.
find you're not ready to share and talk, then something is wrong. And then
Right.
me I forgot talk to you right there. So a big old bell in the center of the city start to go off.
No, me we talk to you off the ear.
Off
Right.
the ear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
When
but
you're
you know what
already
happened? What happened is that, depending on the family dynamic, when the dating thing is going on, a lot of people keep it to themselves, because if they know that they are in a family like that where the mom is, because sometimes the guy is not really,
They
all right, we
hide
talk
it.
about the mama's boy. Sometimes the guy is not a mama's boy, and he really wants to be independent and go on his own. But the
Yes.
mom put a guilt trip.
yes.
They put a
Yes.
guilt trip
True.
on him. So sometimes, in order to not face the music where that is concerned, so to speak, he will date the person in private, because he know once mama
Yes.
hear it broke up already
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
different
before
story.
it
Yes.
even begin.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, so he will try
Yes.
to leave that part out, and try to get it solid first, so
Mm-hmm.
that at least by the time the cat is out the bag, then they would be on some kind of solid footing, because he
Yeah.
know it's gonna happen sooner or later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? And then when it
True. True.
happens, when it happens, which invariably is gonna happen, then
Yeah.
you find, say, they're probably more able to manage it, or they would have been coming along for a while. But if it's in the formative stages,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's not gonna work, because mama gonna squash that very
Very
quickly.
quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Being
Yes.
overbearing
Uh-huh.
and demanding and all of
Yes.
that stuff, it's
And
completely
and
ridiculous sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
because you're an older woman or something like that, you're being disrespectful to the young woman. As a
Yeah.
mother, the
Right.
way you
Yes.
talk to, I've
I've
seen
seen
it.
that.
I've
I've
Mm-hmm.
seen
seen
it.
it too.
Just talk down
I've
to the
seen
young
it.
lady and sorry any kind
Yeah.
of way, and
Yes.
it's just
No,
embarrassing and
no
insultive.
respect. But
Yes.
what I
Yeah.
think, if you are raised with values for yourself, what your expectations are, and we're not talking about anything over the top now, but you know
Mm-mm.
how you are to be treated. You were told that you these are the things you look for. If they are not present, you need to speak up and say it. But if you're not
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
told that, because sometimes, we are raising our children and we talk about the new age era and so on. But we are
Mm-hmm.
people who were married 50 years ago, even 60
Mm-hmm.
years ago. That dynamic has changed so much into present.
Yeah.
Changed.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You
Mm-hmm.
one time you could not never go come home and say, "Oh, look."
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can't do that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You're
You could
mad.
you could have never come home with no ring on finger, because
Finger,
one,
no?
you have to carry him to your
To
parents.
parents.
How come I
Mm-hmm.
ask?
Yes.
And by the time them finish grill you, especially father say, "Come, young man, we are gonna have a drink. Brace yourself."
Yeah.
Right?
Because
You-
by the time them finish,
by the time them finish, you better
You never
decide
know
more
what to
than a
do it.
counselor. If you need to sure say you want to do this thing. And it was
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
out of fright, but they know that they have raised their daughter. Me not going let some little squally come by and take her out
Yes.
the house and go stress
Exactly.
her out.
Right.
ay,
Yes.
ay,
Really. So
True.
Mm-hmm.
even now, when we observe our young people and so on, we are saying, um, I wonder if the parents kind of do any instructional anything.
Mhm.
Right.
Parents, women today are having those conversations with their girls to say, hey,
Yes.
these are some of the qualities you need to look for in a man.
Right.
If he doesn't
Right.
have it, gently raise it, because sometimes they miss the mark, right?
Mhm.
They
Mm-hmm.
never
Mm-hmm.
get it. So if you know what you're looking for and it's not there, method to every madness, you can gently, weave it in and have a chat
Right.
and
Sorry.
kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I may add here, two ladies. And it's not just mother-in-law meddlesome. We also have the sister-in-law too. You have some
Yes.
sister-in-law in
Because
some family who
that's
can
that's a
really
whole
defeat.
nother dynamic. Yeah.
Yes, the mother is cool, but you have some sister-in-law who think them brother is king and prince, and
King
they
of the
have to
doom.
try and choose and dip in and make decisions. So I've seen that.
But I
That's
Yeah.
a
think my
whole
brother
that's a
is
whole
not.
different animal there, Maxine. That's a
Me think my
whole
Yes.
brothers
different
are princes, but
that's
I'm
a
not
whole
meddling in
different
them
animal,
lives.
especially if it's the one brother they have. Forget it.
Oh
It's
Lord.
over.
Mm-hmm. I've
Yes.
seen
It's
it.
I have.
over.
Yeah.
I think
Mm-hmm.
my brothers are princes, and but I'm not meddling in their life. I try not to.
Okay. Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you observe, well, hi, if you and your brothers have great relationship and you
Very good
observe
relationship.
something, maybe that they
Yes,
miss,
you can say
you can
something.
you
Yeah.
can say it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
I
say it.
I, I will. But and also there's another dynamic to this thing where the daughter-in-law is so not really against the mother. Is not say the mother is not a meddling mother, but the daughter-in-law has so much hold over the son, which is her husband, that the son cannot even give the mother one penny.
Yeah.
If the mother
Yes.
is dying, if the mother needs to go to the hospital, she need a little food, she's hungry, he has to go ask her for the same money that he worked.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's another
understand?
dynamic
So
to
that's
yeah.
another dynamic
Yes.
to this thing too.
Yeah.
So maybe
Mm-hmm.
that's another show. But
Hmm.
Yeah,
you also
Yeah.
have that part.
that's looking at it from another perspective. But we're talking about the mothers-in-law, because on the other hand too, you have sometimes mothers-in-law who love the son-in-law to such a degree that the son-in-law is never wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
son-in-law
Yes.
is never
Mm-hmm.
wrong, no matter what.
True.
And there are times when they will try to influence their daughters to stay with this particular son-in-law because they love him so much that the son-in-law might not be a
Right.
great son-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but because
I've
Mm-hmm.
they love
known
him, yes.
instances where there has been physical abuse, and because the son-in-law is high profile in the community, you
Yes.
know, good
Yes.
job, and flossing, she
Mm-hmm.
like that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
daughter-in-law, the daughter is suffering
Yes.
in silence, but she said,
Yes.
Lord man, bear with him, in which me
Mm-hmm.
talk to him and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Licky
hang
licky
on to the
mother-in-law
sons-in-law
that.
because of the prestige.
Listen, I was just about to say that Maxine. We say,
The licky
Shani gone to
licky.
licky
Licky
licky.
licky
Shani
mother-in-law.
bring licky licky show over here. So this morning,
Yeah.
me say,
Yeah.
Max, I was just about to say,
Yeah.
Right.
Great minds think alike,
Them want
Jackie.
steer with the Benz and the Beamer
Yes.
and the going out and whatever comes. So
Mm-hmm.
licky
they will
licky.
Right.
tell them to
I
stay in
was
it.
Right. So,
Mr.
first
Yes.
of all, we would like to thank Chris Wilby, my good buddy Chris Wilby,
Hi,
over
Chris.
at Caribbean Vibes Radio.com, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, because he's carrying the show right now.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
His
cool. Welcome
platform.
everybody
Okay.
from
So,
Caribbean
but here
Vibes.
Herman, you see, I think timing is
Thank
everything.
you.
Here Herman says, I have known of a situation where the mother-in-law takes sides with the son's girlfriend to make life a living hell for the wife.
Yeah.
Oh my
oh
goodness, that
wow.
is
Wow.
crazy.
That's grimy.
That is more than
Yes,
grimy.
very,
Oh yeah,
very.
that's a soap opera. Soap
Something
opera.
like that.
At a
So
lime tree lane.
here
Lord
Andrea
Almighty.
says that I pray about that. You know what?
About that.
Go
You know
mean
what I
mad.
mean, man.
Mhm. But
Mm-mm.
sometimes hmm, you wonder from a human perspective how we develop certain traits. If a woman has
Mhm.
a child and she has bonded with this child, because it is believed that a woman, especially her first son, she can love her first son so much. It's not a sexual attraction of any kind,
Mm-mm,
Uh-huh.
but it's
mm-mm.
so
No,
deeply
it's a deep
rooted in
bond.
her
Yeah.
that here is this person. I will protect him with every fiber of my being. No harm will
Mhm.
come to him. If you touch him
Mhm.
too hard, I will even go to school and beat the teacher. That kind
Yeah.
of
In the name of Jesus, no, sir.
you know, and so when it's time to let go, you raise him up
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
the first 20 odd years of his
Oh
life,
yeah.
or maybe 30 if him not meet nobody early enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But here it is, I have to let him go. Fear takes a hold of her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And half the time, it's not that they genuinely mean to be malicious, but fear has stepped in. What am I going
Right.
Mhm.
to do now when he is not in my space anymore? He doesn't have to
No,
come and
right.
ask me for anything. He's now independent and he has somebody else that he can now talk to, share with. I
Mhm.
won't know as much as I used to. That's a big
Mhm.
loss. That's a loss, right?
But you
Mhm.
know what? It should not be looked upon as a loss. Like I said earlier, you should look upon it as a gain because you're getting a daughter. The
A
son is
daughter.
not going off.
Mm,
He's not going off to war or something like that. He's going to form his life. That's how you're gonna get your grandchildren and
yeah.
things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. So you have to
Yeah.
look on it as a gain. You're gaining a daughter.
We
And
would
don't
love
Yes.
look at
to
it.
think that for some mothers, we would love to
Yes.
say that is
And
the
we commend
ideal.
we
That's the
commend
ideal thing.
the
Sure, is the
mothers-in-law
ideal
who,
thing that, but it doesn't always work for
Yeah,
many.
I know. I
That's
know.
right.
right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we commend those who have made it work that way. You know, I've gained a daughter. I know a lady who, when her son was dating this young lady, the young lady's mother, she adamantly they said that she didn't want her to, and she would do anything to come in between them. And the young lady left
Hmm.
home, never talked back to her mother. They never talked to each other. And she
Mhm.
went off with the young man, and she ended up at the young man's mother's house. And
Mm.
she embraced her because she was also a young girl, embraced her. And let me tell you something, I think 30 years later, they're married, 4, 5 kids, and
Mhm.
they're happy. And
Yeah.
she didn't have any regrets.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
then you have that aspect of it.
Yeah, and
So
you know what's a flip side to that scenario? A flip side to that scenario is a guy who had a girlfriend, they never worked out, but the mother loved that girl, and
Girl.
although
yes.
the guy's on another relationship, they have their own relationship, and they're not letting them go.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
here is a whole
Yes.
Similar
another kettle of fish
situation.
right there,
Yes.
so
Yes.
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 yeah.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
That's
have that experience myself.
Mhm.
That's the reverse because potential, they love this potential girl. And sometimes they
Daughter-in-law.
say, me
Yeah.
not see why you did left her. What make you and
What?
she did left again? So what this
Yeah.
one
Yes.
have, what that one don't have?
Yeah. Yes.
Have.
Work with
Yes.
her, man. Work with her. And the next thing you know, she hanging on to that one and inviting
Oh,
that one
God.
to family
Mhm.
functions
Yes.
and all that and hoping the other one drop off somewhere and that one come back.
Drop off a truck.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
so she drop off of the
Good.
truck or the van.
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
There
Yes.
was a Thanksgiving function that mashed up similar to that, Shirley, because the mother was holding on to this past
Yeah.
girlfriend, and she
Yes.
invited her to the Thanksgiving dinner
Oh,
with
dear.
Oh.
No.
the wife being
Wow.
there. I think that's a
No.
little,
No.
that's
No.
going a
No.
Too
little
No.
much.
too
That's over the
far.
top.
That's
Mm-mm.
overboard.
It should
Yes.
Yes,
not
Yeah.
That's
the
go that.
overboard.
Thanksgiving dinner almost mashed up all because of that situation.
Mm-mm.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm. When poor
so
Gritly,
I
Gritly
do
says
know.
this topic cannot done. It's real. Love you,
Real
ladies.
love.
So here is Eval now. Some mothers-in-law are jealous of the good life their daughter-in-law gets because their husband is not treating them right.
That's true too.
That is true.
That's true too.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
that
true
Yeah.
makes
too.
sense. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So Herm said now, anyone remembers the song Mother-in-law, the worst person
Sing
at
it,
home,
Oh
done
sing it,
by
boy.
Ernie Cadu. Google
Yeah.
it.
sing it, Armin. Sing it
I
for
sang
us.
it this morning when I made that clip.
Yeah.
I made a
Oh,
clip this morning, and that was what I started it with.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mothering love,
yes.
mothering love.
Mhm.
That song.
Yes, we know it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that song. I know
Yes.
that one.
I know the
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mother.
But you know what? As a mother-in-law myself, you have to toe the line. You have to toe the line, and you have to know when to pull back and when to be a little bit assertive. And I say a little bit assertive because your children are grown, and you have to give them their respect, and you know that they know what's good for them, and
Yes.
so on and so forth. So
Mhm.
I've been known to like beg for my son-in-law. I beg for him. If he if he if he if it's any little thing, I say, Lord man, so and so, so and so. And I
Okay.
brush over, and whatever the case be. So
Yeah.
I
Right.
am I am guilty of that. But at the same time, you can't be
Mhm.
too
Right.
involved and
Too involved.
dictating and putting yourself in where you
And deep
don't
in
belong
everything.
and all of that.
Mhm.
Well, I
It's a
remember
slippery slope, It's a slippery slope. So you have to navigate it very
That is
careful. You
true.
may not mean anything bad, but
right.
it's just from one thing to another thing, and so on and so forth. And I mean, my son had a girlfriend who was a little bit overbearing too. And I used to say, I don't know. I don't know
Mhm.
about this
Mm-hmm.
one. Just a little bit too much. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? I said, Lord, my
Mhm.
poor son, I love him, he's my baby. But I say, you know what, it's just gonna have to be what it be, because he know how he was raised, and I'm
Yeah.
right here, and I am what I am. He knows me. And we just navigated those waters and let the chips fall where they
Well,
may.
Fall where they
And
must.
that's
Mhm.
all I'm
Yes.
gonna say about that one.
Yes.
yes. So stay
Well,
with us.
I'm
Hold on a minute,
oh,
Jack. Stay with us a moment, everybody. Don't go nowhere. See, we there. We there.
Mother-in-law,
all right.
mother-in-law, the worst person I know. Mother-in-law, she worries me so. Mother-in-law, if she leave us alone, we would have a happy home. Sent from down below. Mother-in-law, mother-in-law, Satan shouldn't be her name. Mother-in-law, to me they're about the same. Mother-in-law, every time I open my mouth, steps and try to put me out. How could she stoop so low? Mother-in-law, mother-in-law. I come home with my pay. Mother-in-law, she asked me what I made. Mother-in-law, she think her advice is a contribution. But if she will leave, that would be the solution. And don't come back no more. Mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, oh, mother-in-law, mother-in-law, oh, yeah, mother-in-law.
My mother-in-law, I tell you.
Very fitting.
Shucks,
Very fitting,
shucks,
yes.
shucks.
Very
Mhm.
fitting.
Thank you,
Very much.
Herman. And the DJ just pull up the tune. So
Oh,
thank
Yeah,
thank you,
tell you.
DJ.
Enough respect, Herman. Herman
thank
on the
you,
ball.
Herman.
I know, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
All
Oh
right.
my
So we had
goodness.
okay, so we did all of that. So Margaret says, no, I'm so enjoying this morning with you ladies. I would suggest that before you get married, please take time out and pray ahead of time. That's what I did. My husband is a serious man of the word that he lives by. She knows that, but the enemy will always find a loophole to come in. But you have to place boundaries, and folks need to uphold them. She's not a bad person. She's a very nice person, but this one fault we will not compromise. Thank you for
Okay.
sharing that,
Yeah,
Margaret. So we
yeah.
understand. As people of faith, we believe in the power of prayer, but the Holy Spirit will also tell you if you pay attention. If you pray
Mm-hmm.
your way through just a go on, so and you're not looking at the physical, what is happening,
Yeah.
what are
Right.
you
Mm-hmm.
hearing, what are they
Mm-hmm.
saying to you? You're
Mm-hmm.
taking sense out of nonsense, them kind of stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
Right.
for
but
many,
it helps if the
for many
person
of
is
us,
like-minded. If both of
mhm,
you are on the same page and you band together like Margaret and her husband, you come together, you say, it's us now. It's not we, it's not all of we,
mhm,
it's us.
Mm-hmm.
And you form a united front and you go forward. That helps. But
yes,
when the poor fellow is in the middle being tossed to and fro, back here, so him get clap
Mm-hmm.
over here, so him go over there, so you know. The
yeah,
wife and nag over here, so because she not getting what she forget, and the mother over there, so I say remember so and so and so.
mhm,
It can cause somebody to go insane.
Yeah.
yes.
It's a
So
lot of
Felix
friction
says,
there. Yeah.
Very much.
my little brother told me something some time ago that he had to tell his mother-in-law to bat in her crease when she tried to intervene in a little
What that mean?
to bat
I mean, I
in
like
her
no too.
crease when she tried to intervene in a little spat he was having with her
With
daughter.
her daughter.
Her
Stay
daughter.
in your lane. That he must say, hey, no come up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tony says,
Let people
ladies,
business
what
alone.
about when the mother-in-law passes and her sister steps in? God, that's another
Oh,
That's it. Remember,
conversation
I
too.
will mention that earlier.
yeah.
I was the one
Yes.
who said about the sister-in-law.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And they can be worse
Put
than the
that come out
mother.
of the business.
Yes, use
Mm-hmm.
your gut feelings. Um, hmm. You know, society. All right. So society on a whole. So God ordained marriage. Let's put it that way. God
Yeah.
ordained marriage. Here you are born into a family. The expectations are high. My daughter someday will be married. My son someday will be married. Um, but then if you pass your 20s, them start everybody a come. So what happened? Oh, you not
Oh.
meet, and
You
pressure
not
is
see nobody
you
yet.
not see nobody not see you, you not go out enough. You need to go visit churches and
And I must say, especially at church, that's
yes,
how it
so in
goes.
church, right?
Pressure,
Yes.
pressure.
Or
Yeah.
you say, make me go try a thing online, what have you, because it is there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are then the pressure comes so much because in the family, no go ask if John and Mary marry and about three of you leave. When family settings, because you're talking real life situations, when you're having
Mm-hmm.
family
Mm-hmm.
gatherings, them greet the others, man, with son-in-law, cousin-in-law, and so on. And then you come in. No, it's a whole different dynamic.
Yes.
So Mary,
You become
um,
the topic.
can't nobody with you. So all
No.
those,
Mm-hmm.
those kind of pressure,
No.
all those kind of pressures starts to bombard you. And
That's
you say
why
to yourself,
people pretend and they bring a good friend and say, hey, meet Johnny. Just
but
to take, because it's
just
like
to
with
have
this
the
month with
pressure.
Thanksgiving coming up and people
Yes,
traveling, to see their relatives and
yes,
stuff. Just to ease the pressure. You have people who stand in for people and pretend to be the significant other just to alleviate a situation.
Yes.
Yes, but
Celebrate the
also,
pain.
while you may do a quick, right? You might pull a quickie, fast one, and put that together. Here is your reality. They keep pressuring me, and some people will. The first Tom or Mary or Jane come, they just say, "I don't want you."
Yeah.
Them not do no research. Them not do nothing. Them not share it. Them not, and you end up in a situation you should not have ended up in the first place
Yeah.
because
Right.
you succumbed to pressure.
Amen.
Not
Preach,
everybody
sister.
will meet their lifetime partner in marriage early, no matter how
Yeah.
much
True.
people you date.
Yeah.
Some people you
So
won't
true.
make that connection early.
Mm-hmm.
You may make it later in
Exactly.
life, and it works out beautifully for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
And
know, a lady never married till she was 65 and she's happy now.
I
Very
just saw
nice.
a lady I think there
Yes.
in Africa somewhere. She's 70. The woman is looking fabulous. And you can just see the man just a beam all over her. So
Wow.
well, clearly it seems she was married before, so that it said second time around. But
But
Right.
see,
still,
we have the Golden
Well, this
Bachelor
lady
going on
wasn't.
here.
She was busy
mhm,
achieving career, enjoying.
Yeah. Maybe traveling and so on.
and so on. So here,
Mm-hmm.
Evalia said, "No." So while we at it, ladies, who gets to sit in?
Lord Jesus,
That's a
yes.
whole nother story
Who
right
gets
Yes.
there,
to sit
though.
in front seat of
Yes,
car?
Eval.
Who gets
Yes.
to sit in the
Yes.
seat of what?
Yes.
Let me play that
This is
again
a
for you,
big
Maxie.
topic all over. Every time you see on the internet, people, put up this topic because it's a big issue. I don't see why,
Right,
because
mother.
if I'm not going to fight for no front seat. Him wife can sit right next to him in the front seat because of them granddad first. If anything happen, I mean, you see how me put it. Sorry, but me sit on in the back.
So
Why
Herbie,
people are fighting about front seat? I don't understand it.
so
Yeah, I
Because
got nothing to say.
it's a status type of thing, Jackie.
That don't make no difference to me. I'll come
But
out at
but
the
no
front and give
mother
it to
should
you.
expect their son to put their wife in the back so she could sit up
that's
front.
what I was
No.
And sit
about
on in
to
a front.
say.
The foolishness there.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you're not
relax. If
getting
Yeah.
the
any
wife say,
seat.
"Mommy, go on front," it's okay. Me go and hold the back. Then fine. But don't step
Yeah.
up there as
Right.
if it's your place because it's not.
Yes.
Only
Right.
sometimes the front seats are a little more comfortable, especially if the mother has pain in her legs or something like
Yes.
that, or some health issues. That's different.
Right.
She can always sit and stretch out her legs because it's
Mhm.
a little more comfortable
Yeah,
than
yeah, with
Right.
we.
good
Yeah.
Right.
reason. With good reason. We're talking about the
Right. With
vanity
good reason.
situation.
Exactly.
Right.
Lord Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
Herbie,
I've never had any
no.
experience or situation like that.
Right.
Whenever we have family members or friends around, no, I've never traveled with my mother-in-law in a car, but I've traveled with sister-in-law in a
Mhm.
car and brother-in-law, and they go into the back. They make no qualms. They don't even ask no question. They just go to the back and I go in the front. It's
Right.
automatic
Mhm.
that I go in the front.
So may have to keep this one. So Herbin, so you become the black hen chicken in the family.
The
Meaning,
family.
Them paint you,
Oh, well,
Herman.
me get them conversation there from. I mean, there is, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
bewildered.
manager. So, Eval, what's your feeling? Eval, what's your feeling on it? On this
so,
front seat thing?
so,
You mentioned it. So, what's your
right.
feeling on it?
So have all you brainstorm your response in minutes and come back to us. Princess, especially if that pretender didn't have family around to getting the free food is more than appreciated.
Appreciated.
Okay. Mhm. So
Mm-hmm.
Andrea said, "Thank God I'm the
And
driver."
the your seat
Oh, Lord,
guaranteed,
so
Drea.
nobody can take her out.
Nobody can take her out that front seat.
Not at all.
She automatically belong.
When someone want hold him wife and when
Automatically
going do,
belong.
reach over and hold on for the mother hand. And sometimes them driving, they reach over and hold on to your hand and rub down leg or
No,
something like that.
no, but
Well,
Yeah.
listen, but
well,
say mother-in-law is present, no PDA not taking place. Mother-in-law not
Yeah.
standing for no none of that.
no hanky
Just go
panky.
Yeah.
on as usual.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's a serious situation. It's a serious situation though when
Yes.
when
Mm-hmm.
when mother-in-law is overbearing. I mean, I've never had a mother-in-law because she had passed. When my husband was born, that's when my mother-in-law
Pass.
Yes.
passed. So I
Oh,
never had
never met
one.
her.
So I can't speak to that. But I always vow that I wouldn't be a terrible one. If
Mm-hmm.
and when I
Right.
became one, I would stay in my lane, so to speak, and I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
I wouldn't be meddling and all of that stuff. Because
Mm-hmm.
people have to know when to pull back.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yes.
Yeah.
here is Margaret. Yes,
My
I told.
Margaret, your subject this
Mhm.
morning.
Yes, I told her you don't last your
Lost.
yeah,
Lost your
you
son.
don't lose your son, you just gain a daughter.
Getting
Before
a
I got
daughter.
married, I asked the Lord to give me a man
Who
who
has no.
has no mother, but God knows what's best. We have respect for her always, and she always talk good about me. So we are just staying away from this kind of situation because there shouldn't be a problem, especially when you see and know your son is well taken care of. This topic
Right.
can
Mm-hmm.
never over. My sister in laws are very grateful to me. They make it known and show me respect. All right.
Yeah, man. Margaret and Marcel coming like twins.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very nice couple right there. Yeah.
Eval,
Them dress
Eval
alike and
laughing.
everything. Good. Big up yourself, Margaret.
Mm-hmm.
Big
Yes.
up
Oh,
yourself, girl.
Margaret. You know Margaret.
Yeah,
So
I know Margaret.
So
I know
Eval,
her.
Okay.
Eval, hear me about at a laugh at Jackie. Eval, you're not responding.
Eval not
Eval,
Him wake up the ants nest and left it and
and
gone.
exactly.
I
The
left them
ants
a
them a
crawl
run
all
up
over
on
the place.
the ants them
Eval,
a run up and down all over the place, and Eval is not
Eval
even trying
remind
to push
me,
back the ants them in the hole.
Eval remind me,
Exactly.
Eval remind me of Eddie on the radio. Okay,
Yes. Listen, I love to hear you and Eddie all the time arguing. Eddie
one week,
always come with some
one week
controversial
him
something
come
and
with
him and
some,
Lady D butt heads.
so I'm having a hosting a topic. Him come with something else. I'm like, no, not today. We not talk about that today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Him
Something
coming
way
from
off
left field all
topic.
the time. Him come
All
from
the
left
Yes,
field
time,
left
all
field.
the time.
all the while.
I know. I know.
That's okay. That's okay. Somebody gotta be different. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right?
Yeah, I know. I
We
know.
are, Saturday morning runnings is designed to, share and talk about our nostalgic stuff. And, we talk about present day issues as well and thing. But at the very core of our lives are people. And how do
Mm-hmm.
we, navigate our way while we upfront?
All right, Emma, that's something said.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I agree, Emerald. I agree.
Yes,
Yes, Evan.
Emma. Now you're talking.
Oh, you
Right.
know so.
So, um, I'm hoping that if there are persons watching today and their mothers-in-law, and if they realize that they have not been very kind to their daughters-in-law, that they will check themselves
Yes.
because you don't want to know that here is an experience that your child wants to experience
Mm-hmm.
as long as he
Mm-hmm.
has life on this earth, and for you to be the meddlesome one, the one who
Mm-hmm.
just won't let go. She's never good enough. He should have married somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just about anything like that. It is real. And sometimes after a while, they don't even realize what they're doing. It becomes such a part of them.
Yeah.
They don't really realize. And if it is
Sad.
said to them,
Sad.
they will rebut and say, what are you talking about? And do
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
accept, they're not willing to make the change and so on. But for those of us who are single and still seeking and hoping that that one day will break for us, it's our duty also to speak up, pay attention. We too formed righteous or no to take up nonsense.
Exactly. When you get to a
Too
certain
old for
age,
that.
you don't have no time for
No,
that.
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
When you get to
you're
a certain
not
No.
going to
age,
do
yeah,
it.
you don't.
And he shouldn't want to do it either,
Right.
right? So it behooves us.
Oh,
Very much so.
Very much so. To see God, and sometimes we get a little overindulgent about the praying to God. Yes, you pray and you want him to direct you, but he never send up your attention.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
He didn't
Mm-hmm.
he's not saying, oh, Denise, just go on out there. So while you pray,
Mm-hmm.
no, you have to still give your sense. And whatever mistakes you would have made in the past, him not expect. But them say him called fool, but him no keep them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At some point, you
Yeah.
have to kind of make some change, man, and say, hey,
Mm-hmm.
yes, Herman. They need to see I'm blind and hear and deaf. Yes, my grandmother used to say that
Mm-hmm.
thing. See I'm
Yes.
blind, hear and deaf.
Margaret say, yes, lady, they at 52, me too young for drama.
Mm-hmm.
They say save the drama for your mama.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Herman says mothers-in-law need to see and blind, hear and deaf in the interest of all concerned parties.
Parties. Yeah.
Yes.
And
True.
finally, Margaret said, me is a stand-up, outspoken person. I can't pretend. All
Can't
right.
pretend.
It's 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a good show this morning, and I believe those of you who made it so engaging, thank you so much. Satideh morning running still there. Please, before you get
Yeah.
off, if you have not yet subscribed, you don't click the little something, thumbs up, please do so.
Thumbs up.
And when you click the word subscribe, you'll see a bell. You tap the bell, or
Joking.
as we said, juke
Joke the bell.
the bell, and you'll see the word,
That don't mean you is labor right.
right?
And you're not going to juke a bell in the navel. You're just
In
going
the
to
na-
juke the bell.
You just tap
Oh
the bell.
Lord.
We're a crazy bunch,
I
aren't we?
know. Tap the bell, and it's the word all pops up. You tap all, ALL,
All.
which means whenever I am live, you'll be able to just come on. You don't
Come
have to
You
on.
get
wait
the
for
notification. Yeah, so
And,
you
notification.
and,
just
so,
yeah.
and so Margaret Lady, she's asking if this is every Saturday morning. Yes, Margaret, you
Yes,
miss
every
Oli.
morning at 10. So subscribe,
Every Saturday.
Margaret.
Or go back and watch
Subscribe.
the shows. You'll have a
So
ball while just watching them. Go back and watch
everybody,
the
Right.
past shows.
and if you notice, I've been running this, that the race is on to 1,000 subscribers. So to bring you in the know, once you have a YouTube channel, so I'm personally as producer, whatnot of this platform, I've had the channel, but I wasn't doing much with it. And so in recent
Right.
times, I started to ramp up the interest. I started to ramp up the interest so that when I get to 1,000 subscribers, YouTube say, okay, Lady D, so you can do XY more. So right now I can't do the XY more. So I'm asking for your help. Please, the same link you use to watch, when you click on it, you can also see the little subscribe down there, and you just
Yes.
subscribe. And then you share the same link. Say, hey, you want to hear about mother-in-law? Check out the show you.
Right.
And they too can do the same like you did. Subscribe, share, and let's get to 1,000. So help me now. Oh, no, just no come over here, sit down and pop laugh.
And laugh
And,
and
Right.
pop big laugh and
right?
joy.
Okay, so
Do
just
Tell a
something.
friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
you
Tell
see
a
the one
friend.
Chris will be now.
I love
What
to
is
ring
this?
bell. Great day, everyone.
You love to read.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tamika,
so
just come in. Tamika, where were you? Good morning.
Tamika, we're wrapping up, man. My girl, Tamika. All right,
She
Great
can
Leaf
still go
says,
back and watch.
Yes, you can always
Yes, that's
watch
what I
again,
wish you can.
Tanika. You ladies are fun. God bless all of you.
Thank you
Okay.
greatly.
Jackie
Blessing
said,
My
me.
birthday is on
no.
Tuesday.
Oh, Max,
Wow.
Oh,
Max,
Happy
Chuck.
early birthday. My
Happy
grandson, one of
Yeah,
my
my
birthday,
birthday
Max.
will
grandson
be on
birthday was
Tuesday.
yesterday.
my
Okay.
mother's birthday is on
Okay,
the
so
12th. My sister
it's
is on the
Scorpio.
16th.
Mm-hmm. All
Oh,
right.
so
So,
they're all Scorpio, nice
So
people.
yes.
birthday are going for you, Max. All right.
All
Hmm.
right.
We will do what we can.
Can I say a quick condolences to someone from my district? The Pike family. We grew up with the Pike family, and she was one of the oldest members in my mother's church, along with Mr. Douglas, and both of them
Thank you,
died within
Andrew.
weeks of each other. So my mother's
Wow.
What?
church is pretty much down to two people now, herself and another young man. Because it's a
Oh.
small church, and those were her people. She would go, into their homes because they couldn't come out anymore, and she'd pray with them and bring communion to them and all of that. And Sister Pike died yesterday. So my condolences to the Pike family of Free Hill St. Anne, and our hearts are with you, and we are praying.
Yes. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you for
yeah,
sharing,
yeah.
Rest
Jackie.
in peace.
Well, everybody, it's 11:35. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week again at 10 a.m. So now you
Yes.
know. Put it in your phone, set reminder. You can set it 1 week ahead. You can set it
Yeah.
2 days before. You can set it 1 hour before, half an hour before, so you don't forget. And
Mm-hmm.
finally,
Yes.
please note, it's a very engaging platform that we have here. If you would like to be a part of the group, like just come in one morning and chat with we welcome you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have to just be
Yes.
a viewer.
Will you
On
join
the
us,
outside
Eval?
looking in.
So
Ask
you
Eval
can
if he'll join us.
in we come. So we ask that
Did you just say it would go?
we ask that you can drop a note in chat and say, hey, Lady D, me want come on. Or reach out to me, man, inside of the zone NYC at
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
gmail.com and say, Lady D, me can join you this week. I'm gonna try to put the promo out like earlier, but because me so involved, it sometimes gets a little difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But at
Right.
least we want to be able to say, hey, Hermin, come in one morning, man. Because that will, for
Mhm.
movies. Talk to me about
Right.
papas, right? So I'm just saying that we want to see more people watching and to have you, those of you who are in our camp, come in every now and again. So everybody can say, well, yeah, they're not earning that, right?
Hey,
Right.
the on TV.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they're on TV with we.
And
So
for me,
thank you.
like for some of us, like myself, I don't know some of the faces. Some of the faces you guys know, so you'll call them by name and you already know their faces. So it would be great to see, some of our
Mhm, mhm,
our viewers.
mhm. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Pat, you're just coming. Oh, Lord. You can go back and watch it, Pat. So, blessings, everybody. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend.
Mwah!
And we're looking
Mwah!
forward
Mwah!
to see you next week. So, as
Yes.
always, we are going to go up now. We are going up.
Lady, you can
Mm-hmm.
go up.
We are galang up,
Auntie Paula call you, come go up.
right? I'm not ask if they know, if I used to switch me, I skip. I skip. So,
All
take it
right.
easy, everybody. We're out. We're out.
Bye-bye.
Blessings.
All good.
Hi, I'm Lady D Denise Gomez, and I have exciting interview segments and features inside the zone. For recording artists, you can sing. Well, Inside the Zone, second Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. is for you. Writers, share your story, no man, in From the Author Zone on third Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Mail Zone has unbelievably juicy stories of love, heartbreak, and triumph. 7 p.m. has never been this good. On Mondays, it's news, talk, engaging features at 7 in the Monday Drive. And Center Stage has everyone talking on Thursdays. Be a part of the show. Email me insidethezone@gmail.com or call me 914-304-2592. Some mothers love their sons so much that it becomes an obsession, especially when their son meets the love of their life and marries her. And that's not all. She refuses to let go of him and makes life difficult for her daughter-in-law. The flip side to this complicated situation is the mother who adores her son-in-law to a fault and prevents her daughter from carrying out her duties as wife. The stories are endless of the meddlesome mother-in-law. As Satideh Mawnin runnings, come, make we talk.